as I... Oh, oh, that's why I left the Lancers in there. Oh, what a shot, sir. Don't disobey your orders, sir. Greetings and welcome to episode 117 of my Empire Total War Darth mod USA campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time. We stand, my friends, on a quite pivotal moment here within this campaign. And that is the potential destruction of an enemy, a nemesis that has dogged us for nearly 20 years. And that is Austria, my friend. This is the last bastion, the last stronghold that the Austrians have over any region at all, over any domain at all. Their empire has crumbled to a single region. Now, that's not to say they don't have a mass amount of forces in Venice. Now, if those forces had been unleashed upon us through those 20 years, it is debatable as whether we would even be in this position to start with, whether we'd be able to capture the regions we have at the moment from the Germans. If they had had the combined might of the Austrians and the Germans, defending and attacking us at the same time, dare I say, we would probably have been pushed out of Europe in its entirety. It's only through a stroke of luck and poor strategic decision making on the Austrian High Command that we now found ourselves in a position where we can actually rid ourselves of one of the largest enemies we have ever faced. The Germans and the Austrians have been working in conjunction with each other for pretty much the whole time. There have been a few times where we have had a sort of a rapprochement with them, where we've had sort of peace with them, but that's only fleeting. And once the Germans declare war upon us, the Austrians would do the same, and then vice versa. So it really is absolutely crucial here to do everything in our power to make sure that we absolutely put the end to the Austrians here. It's crucial we do that. And briefly, my friends, I like to say this might be just a slightly slightly smaller episode this time around. I've got a few things to do in the background, my friends, that need to be done, so it might be slightly smaller than less time than normal. But also, the council were concerned that we actually had the forces in place to deal with this Austrian force. I believe we do. My biggest concern, we'll just quickly go into siege here. We're just going to, actually what we'll do is, we'll do this. We'll have to make sure that Hungary is siege. We've got a mass of German forces here. We'll just quickly continue siege here so we can do this. And what we will do, I'd like to try and move this force here. I believe it's a force, indeed it is. Just over here to Freiburg here, which is sort of Hungary. The Germans are amassing a huge amount of forces here. It's got to be at least nearly 20,000 men here. We don't have the same here, but I'd like to just reinforce Hungary in case they do assault Hungary in any fashion. We just have that additional oomph, that additional backbone here to the defenders. So we're quickly going to major
Your humble
cities.
servant.
We're going to just quickly move this army here
Men,
just to make sure we've got this
forward.
reinforced absolutely properly here. As you can see, we've now reinforced Hungary. We're quite clearly going to see some kind of clash, some kind of battle coming our way here in Hungary. We might even, I think we might
Ready
even
for
move
orders.
some of these forces here into these armies.
Ready and
Yes,
awaiting
I think
orders.
that's what we'll do. We'll be 3 in here
Your
and
humble
3 in there.
servant.
So
Ready for orders.
we'll put 3 into here.
Men,
Let's have those full armies and the remainder of these gentlemen
Yes.
into here.
troops.
Let's at least see ourselves ready as best we can be here to really take these fights. And as you can see here, we have Munich and Stuttgart. These are our real, these are the destiny, these are the cities we need to take. These are production centres, the military production centres, and the economic centres we can take. Look at that. If we take this from them, we'll absolutely rip a massive hole here in the German economy. But look at the sheer size of the Austrian forces here. If these are unleashed upon us, it would be an absolute behemoth coming down upon us. It really would. A titan, sir. We can't allow that. We're also going to be moving against Hanover pretty quickly. Not now. This episode, we won't be doing this episode, but next episode we will be looking to take that fight with Hanover unless we see some kind of attack here against Hungary, which will absolutely push us to the limit here. We don't have any ability here to move troops in quickly. We might be able to sort of snake this army group in through the passes here between Hungary and Bohemia, moving through Gleiwitz and down into here to reinforce. That might be we might have to do that. So we might not have to take this army group and basically hold using this Poznan here with this army group, and then move forces from probably additional, maybe another army group from Warsaw and move them into here to take that there, and then crush in this Breslau sort of salient here, and also at the same time remove the rest of these German forces here, and then move these down here to reinforce Hungary. I've just got a sneaky feeling, I've just got that gut feeling that we're going to see a real town. Why would you have this many forces here in Hungary if you're not going to go for the city itself? But let's keep our focus absolutely key here. Actually, the council did call for us to move our spy further down to here, which we're going to do just to keep an eye on things. The council did ask to move down here. Look at that. They've got Sarajevo is already almost at full capacity. I think what we will do is we'll just move our spy down to here when we can. But let's continue now. Where we meant, I know the council did ask us to move an additional army down here, but I think with the potential of a potential attack from Hungary here from this Hungarian region here, from these mass German forces, I think we've got enough here to deal with this. Have we got enough, or have we just moved that force out of the way? We don't have that backup. Let's just quickly check. No, we do still have that backup. Oh, wonder, sir. So let's deal with these Austrian forces once and for all. Whatever the cost, we have to do this, my friends. We really do. Let's begin. The assault of Croatia begins forthwith. The council has for many, many years. For many years, we must take that fight. And Jove, sir, we shall do so. We shall not yield at all. But we have got a feeling that Venice might. Oh, good grief! That is a very bleak, wintry day here. We've got that sort of almost like that haze, that fog down here. Got the topography here. We've got quite a long, elongated deployment zone here, which is good. The depth isn't quite there, but I believe we can probably. That's a good hill there for a possible assault. We need to assault these forces at the same time, pushing them into one particular, almost corralling them. But remember, we will have reinforcements coming into the field now. Since we on the campaign map, we are facing the city, so we're looking head on at the city here, but our forces are actually, the way to look at it, the Austrian forces are coming in from our right flank, so that's probably going to be looking from, they're probably going to come from this direction here, maybe even around by here. But what we'll do is we'll set the right flank slightly heavier defensively than the left flank, but we need to corral these forces in here, because this sort of hamlet here, this village here, will in fact disrupt any sort of movement from the Austrians. I mean, look at the topography here, look at the geology here of this village here. It really doesn't lend itself to being deployment or indeed advance very well upon. So council also calls for us to move our artillery, particularly the foot artillery, within the line, within the front lines, and then having the howitzers here at the back line. Which we're going to do. We're actually going to do that. We've only got the cuirassier guards, but I think we'll have the cuirassiers moving along with any sort of attacking force. So let's put them straight away in diamond formation, because the chances are we're going to be seeking out their artillery. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is still a magnificent looking sight, aren't they, the cuirassiers? Now, let's start deployment here. Let's first of all get our howitzers into place. We'll just set them forward slightly than we normally would. Let's deployment now. Where will quicklime go to? Will it give us that depth we need? Not particularly, but we will set it here. I've got a feeling that the Austrians will be quite forward here, but their depth, their deployment zone is quite deep, but it's narrower than ours. It doesn't have the width. Let's move these foot here. Now we've got General Caton here, one of our oldest generals. We might move General Caton back here. Where's the demarcation line here? Oh, it's all the way back here. That's a wonderful depth there we have to be able to pull back upon. We've got some... Look at all these here. This would be fantastic to fight within this forest here, but it would break up our line. This, I'd say a small hill, or I'd say almost like a rock, to be honest with you. Does break up our lines here. I'd like to pull back a little bit further from that. I know it's going to sort of not allow us to sort of hide here, but it will use the forest as a firing zone. So let's set. We'll use this regiment here as a veteran. This army really is a veteran army here. So let's set our cannon in the front. We'll avoid this rock here. Perfect. Set them on that, but of course we've got cannons to shot if they get too close. Now let's just set our regiments just slightly to the forward here of our artillery. Let's have a look at that. Oh, that's a wonder. But as you can see, in case they are attacked, at least they might just catch these regiments before they reach the cannon. We're going to need a strong central defensive line here. So again, just in front of them here. Oh, look at that. That really is a wonder. But their sort of angle will be sort of slightly askew here. They're not going to be able to... Let's just put them... That's more like it, gentlemen. Now, how is that going to look here? What we don't want them is them firing into that line there. No, we pull them back a little bit here. We don't want to be killing our own troops. Oh, gentlemen, please. How is that? A little bit better there. Not as forward as I'd like, but this sort of the undulations of this battleground are making a little bit. But we'll carry on. We have this regiment here. Actually, we'll keep some of these more experienced regiments for the ends of the line as well. We'll put this regiment here on the right. Remember, we're going to make the right flank a little bit more top-heavy in terms of its defences. And again, this regiment here as well. We will be angling slightly as well here to cut off, but I like to pull back some for reinforcements and also some regiments for an attack. Probably 4 regiments we'll be using for an attack. We'll pull some of these, we'll use some of these, not greener regiments, but some of these newer regiments on the left. I've got a feeling we'll probably be hitting it on the right more, maybe centrally more. Yes, let's pull this regiment in here on the left. And I think what we will do, that's a experienced regiment here, which ideally I'd like to put into more of an attacking role. What we'll do is just angle this regiment here in case the calculations are wrong about when they might attack or where they might attack. I'd like to also pull some regiments in. That's more like it. We want an experienced attacking force if possible. this regiment here as well. Put together quite the powerful strike force if possible. Not if possible, we are going to be doing that. Gain 3 powerful regiments here, possibly a 4th if we can. Any more experienced regiments here? Yes, indeed, sir. So these are we're going to sort of corral the Austrians to where we want them to be. If we can probably capture this hill here and use it as a... Look at that. But we do need... I'd like to hold some forces. Actually, we'll have this regiment here on the right. But we'll just angle this regiment thus. Then hold back 2 regiments in the centre. One here. And this regiment here. Just in case things don't go exactly as planned. And usually they don't. And that's why we're preparing for this. Now that's a... Oh, look at that. Now that is a solid defensive base from which to operate with reinforcements, and we've also been able to put together a strike force to move out one of the flank. Look at that. A very experienced strike force as well. We've also got our cavalry moving with them. We'll actually move our cavalry to the side here, so they can work in conjunction with one another. Now, I believe we're ready to go here. Let's begin. The battle, the final battle here. Yes, as I thought. Right, we need to move quickly here, gain our advantage upon this hill. Oh, look at that. Fire! Oh, it's a bloodbath, sir. We need to capture this hill as quickly as possible. Oh, gentlemen, this is not a Sunday stroll, sir. Oh, it's an absolute bloodbath. It's a bloodbath. These pikemen are absolute fiends. We must destroy them. Oh, don't tell me just strolling. Don't start that nonsense again of double clicking like that. What's that fire support? Where is that fire support? Oh, that's more like it. Look at that fire support, sir. Swiss Guards. Double time. Got to corral them. We've got to keep them in, sort of in this box here. Oh, look at that. Firing, lads. Keep firing. Let's seal this pocket once and for all. Oh, the shits. Fire support, gentlemen. Oh, good grief. Time to bring them off the line. Here's moving through. Square jump, get into square. Double time, let's move quickly, gentlemen. Reshuffle. They're broken. Oh, what an absolute wonder, oh, good grief. Stand tall, lads. Limbo, let's go. blazes. Let's reinforce this line up here. Square, lads. Ah. Hold now. Oh, look at this. It's been an absolute bloodbath here, sir. Good grief. Shattered. Let's get in there. Let's absolutely push everything we've got here. General King's in here. What a fight this has been. What a fight, sir. Still got plenty of troops coming off the line here, but we've cleared this main force here. But gentlemen, Grenadier Guards. If this was a full regiment, we would be in a lot of trouble. Look at that! Look at this! Look at this! The gun, the fire support here has been absolutely exceptional. They've shattered. They've shattered. Immediately move these gentlemen up to the fort here. Don't need this regiment here at all. So we put a hold on them. We want to try and keep that other army near Hungary in good stead. What the blazes is this? This is a trap, a wonderful trap. Oh, they've got crass ears on it. Be careful. Vigilance, sir. one army has absolutely done exceptionally well here, sir. Oh, look at this. Fire support is everything. Fire support is everything, sir. Oh my goodness me, it's been an absolute joy to watch this fight. It really has. This army is working like clockwork. It really is an absolute joy to see an army absolutely oiled to perfection here. Still got additional forces coming off the line here. Substantial forces still. Absolutely being blitzed here. Actually, probably better to support this flank here because it's coming under quite a bit of pressure. Well, gentlemen, let's get those guns firing. Honestly, the fire support here has just been exemplary. It really has. Look at that, broken, even shattered. And the Cuirassiers are going to try and hit our extended flank over here. Steady out. They're going to try and wrap around here. What the blazes is this? There was me praising the efficiency of this army. We've got armies disjointed here, sir. Ceasefire. We have literally blitzed this army to absolute pieces, and it's a wonder to see, sir. We might be able to deal with these as well eventually. Where are they going? The fire support here is just been a wonder to see. It really has. That's been the key to this battle. Not only the bravery of these men as they hold against two Austrian armies, albeit they're not the absolute packed to the rafters with troops, but depleted. But my word, this army has fought with exceptional bravery here, sir. Look at that, absolutely blitz. Nothing left here. Some are only broken, that's absolutely fine, but we now turn our attention. Oh, what a shot, sir. Shattered, they've gone. Oh, my compliments to the chef once again. Right, we don't have any cavalry here, so we haven't got to worry about this. We're immediately going to be moving here. 2 lines. a final push. Look at that, they've picked apart these cuirassiers. Let's just put some flank protection here. Double time, gentlemen, I don't care how tired you are, move. Send the general up with the army. On this flank here. Look at that, nobody's not even batting an eyelid, sir. Overwhelm them, sir. Keep firing, sir. Oh, look at that. Will they buckle soon? They're in a good defensive position. That's a good defensive position to be in. They've got wonderful protection here from this wall. They're definitely holding out much longer than otherwise they would. But now the guns are starting to find their range. I don't think it'll be too long before they start to buckle and break here under the pressure. Nothing can withstand this sort of firepower, nothing. The Cuirassier guards won't be able to help you. Nothing will, sir. They're bravely holding on here, but this is the last stand here of the Austrians. Oh my word. The last stand of the Austrians. we've got to get down and dirty now. We've got to dig them out of here. What an assault this is going to be. Broken. Darth has broken those two shattered regiments here. Look at that, they're all running out of ammo here. Let's pull them out, let's pull them out. We have to do something. We have to do something. Dig them out of here. They've gone, they've broken. Ceasefire. They've gone. They've shattered, so they've had enough. Oh, what a fight that was. What a fight, my friends. That was. What a battle, sir. Yes. Heroic victory. What a fight that was. Vanquished the Austrians at last. They've only got 814 men left. They lost 4,000 men, nearly. Wow. Actually, our casualty rate, our self-inflicted casualty is not too high. Oh, look at this infantry. Look at this. They performed with distinction here. That is an absolute joy to see. Have we finally vanquished them? Yes! It's done. Croatia captured. There it is. Austria finally destroyed, my friends. We've done it at last. One of our oldest foes, one of our strongest foes, Germany's strongest ally, has now gone. We've done it. What a fight that was, my friends. Absolutely huge. But we have finally done it now. We've got to prepare ourselves for this fight now in Hungary. Now, I'm going to end this episode here, my friends, because I know that there's quite a lot going on now. I don't have any issues at all with sort of the game crashing or anything happening with that at all. So I'm going to just end this episode here, and then we'll come back with a fresh sort of update, straight from the brand new save, as it were. And then we can I pretty much guarantee you, as soon as we hit that end of turn button, Germany will probably attack Hungary. It looks like they want to try and push these forces through Hungary, through Vienna, and try and sort of spill out into the interior here. We have to hold against Hungary. We have to hold Hungary. Even that means moving down this army group through sort of this territory, through Poland, into Hungary, striking the flank of these forces. We have to hold Hungary, even if it costs us a great deal of men. And I know it's brutal to say so, my friends, but that is pretty much where we stand. But I'm going to end this episode here, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed it. I do apologize for being a little bit shorter than normal. I've got quite a few things to do for the weekend. But whatever you do, my friends, I hope you're having a fantastic time. Please be safe. Thank you for all your wonderful support, your wonderful comments, your wonderful advice. It's been absolute joy to read. It really has. Exemplary advice, exemplary plans, all of which will be fully realised. I can promise you in this campaign. If you don't see your plans happening now, I promise you they will be done in the future. Some of the plans are absolutely incredible. They really, really are. So I thank all of you for wonderful support. If you'd like to see another episode of this, please let me know in the comments, my friends. And of course, I will do my utmost to get one out to you as soon as possible. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.